friends, today we discuss various testing methods of transformer. First of all, we discuss there are total three methods of testing of transformer. First one is direct loading method, second one is open circuit and short circuit test, and third one is Sumner test or back to back test. Now first method, direct loading test. In this method the transformer is actually loaded, so this type of test is known as the direct loading test. Supply is given to the transformer and the load is connected to the secondary side. Output power and input power are measured by connecting the wattmeters. Load is slowly increased and reached up to the full load. Every time the input voltage is kept constant equal to the rated value with the help of the auto transformer. Efficiency and regulation are found by making calculation. See in the diagram here, primary side we connect the wattmeter W1 and in the secondary side we connect the wattmeter W2. Ammeter, voltmeter in primary winding and in secondary winding. Here we connect the actual load. Okay, that's why it is called as the direct loading test. Here we connect the actual load and perform this test. So equation of efficiency is equal to output power by input power into 100. So W2 by W1 into 100, and percentage voltage regulation is equal to no load secondary voltage minus full load secondary voltage divided by no load secondary voltage into 100. So it is equal to E2 minus V2 by E2 into 100. This one is the voltage regulation of the transformer. Now advantages of this method. First one is this method is accurate. Second one is the actual working condition is produced at the time of testing, so ideas of heating, voltage drop, etc. is known during the testing itself. Clear? Disadvantages: there is a wastage of power, so this test becomes costly. And second one is it is difficult to arrange for the load for the large capacity transformer. Now second method, open circuit test and short circuit test. Now this type of test is called the indirect test. Two type of tests are performed in this method. First one is open circuit test and second one is short circuit test. First we discuss the open circuit test. Here show the figure of open circuit test. Here the secondary winding is open circuited, means high voltage winding is open circuited, and we connect the wattmeter at the low voltage winding, means primary side. Okay, now in this type of test one winding, usually HV side, is kept open circuited, other winding is applied the rated voltage. Here we supply the rated voltage. Ammeter and voltmeter are connected as shown in figure. Now reading of ammeter show the no load current I0, reading of wattmeter show the iron loss, because the supply is rated voltage, so rated flux is produced and no load current is very small. We can say that less than 5% of the full load current, and the secondary is open, so the copper loss is negligible. Now see, here we not connect any load, that's why load current is 0, and the primary side we connect the supply voltage, so primary winding draw the current I0 from the supply. We can see the I0 as a no load current. We have discussed earlier in this chapter the no load current. What is the function of no load current? It supply the no load losses, means iron loss and hysteresis loss and eddy current loss. Okay, that's why current I0 is flowing through the winding primary side. So W0 is equal to V1 I0 into cos pi 0. So power factor cos pi 0 is equal to W0 divided by V1 into I0. Now I0 has a two component, working component and magnetizing component. So IW is equal to I0 cos phi 0 and I mu is equal to I0 sin phi 0. Now R0 is equal to V1 by IW and X0 is equal to V1 by I mu, magnetizing current. Okay. Now from the open circuit test we can find out the resistance, reactance, working component, current, magnetizing current component, power factor and no load power we can find out. Now second test is short circuit test. In this test, one winding, usually LV, low voltage side, is shorted with the help of ammeter or thick wire. With the help of auto transformer, the reduced voltage is applied such that approximately full load current go through the secondary. Now reading of wattmeter, ammeter and voltmeter are taken in this test. See here LV side is short circuited by thick copper wire or by using the ammeter. Okay. Now reduced voltage is given to the transformer, so the value of flux in the core is less, so the iron loss are very negligible. But as the full load current is flowing through both the winding, that's why full load copper loss occurs, and so the wattmeter shows the full load copper loss. Now see, in a short circuit test the value of the current is maximum, that's why therefore the copper loss is maximum, and voltage level is very low, that's why iron loss is minimum. We can neglect the iron loss. So whatever the reading shown in wattmeter we can consider as a full load copper loss in primary as well as in secondary. Okay, so WSC is equal to ISC no square into R01. So R01 is equal to WSC by I square SC, Z01 is equal to VSC by ISC, and X01 is equal to under root Z01 no square minus R01 no square. Now open circuit test give the value of the iron loss, and the short circuit test give the full load copper loss. Remember this point, open circuit test gives the iron loss and short circuit test give the full load copper loss. Okay, now from this we can find out the efficiency. If the full load kVA is Q and if the iron loss are Wi and full load copper loss are Wc, then efficiency is equal to Q cos phi divided by Q cos pi plus Wi plus Wc into 100. Now from the values of R01, X01 we can whatever obtained from the short circuit approximate voltage drop and regulation can be found. Percentage regulation is equal to I1 R01 cos phi plus or minus I1 X01 sin phi divided by V1 into 100. If the values of R02 and X02 are known, then we can find out the percentage regulation of the secondary side I2 R02 cos phi plus or minus I2 X02 sin phi divided by V2 into 100. Now advantages of this test. First one is the test is simple. Second one is it is less costly. Third one is efficiency and regulation at any load current and power factor can be found from the two readings. And fourth one is transformer is not to be loaded actually, so no arrangement has to be made for the load. Now see, આપણે આગળ જે ટેસ્ટ ડિસ્કસ કર્યો બરાબર, ડાયરેક્ટ લોડિંગ ટેસ્ટ, તો એમાં આપણે શું કરવું પડશે, આપણે એકચ્યુઅલ લોડિંગ આપણે એપ્લાય કરવું પડશે સેકન્ડરી સાઇડ, મીન્સ એકચ્યુઅલ લોડ કનેક્ટ કરવો પડશે. હવે સપોઝ નાનું ટ્રાન્સફોર્મર હોય 1 kVA 5 kVA 10 kVA સુધી ત્યાં સુધી બરાબર છે, પણ જે લાર્જ ટ્રાન્સફોર્મર હોય જે પાવર ટ્રાન્સફોર્મર, તો એના ટેસ્ટિંગમાં આપણે એટલો બધો લોડ આપણે ક્યાંથી કનેક્ટ કરવો, એટલો બધો લોડ આપણે કેવી રીતે ક્રિએટ કરવો. So it is difficult in direct loading test. Okay, so in this method, in open circuit test and short circuit test, we can perform this test by without connect actual load. Okay, so fourth advantageous point is transformer is not to be loaded actually, so no arrangement has to be made for the load. Okay, now third test is Sumner test, or we can say another name is back to back test. To know the temperature rise of the transformer has to be run at full load for certain period. This can be done for transformer of low rating. The following difficulties are experienced when the transformer is of large rating. Okay, this test is used for to find out the temperature rise of the transformer. For there are three difficulties. First one is arrangement has to be made for the large load. Second one is output of the transformer is wasted, and third one is cost increase due to the energy loss. These difficulties are solved by the Sumner test. By using this test, we can solve out these difficulties. In this test, two identical transformers are needed. Primary winding of these transformers are connected in parallel. See here we connect the parallel winding, parallel connection. Connection are made as shown in figure. As shown in figure. Here we connect the wattmeter W1. Here we connect the wattmeter W2 at the secondary side. Okay. Now T1 and T2, transformer T1 and T2 are the two identical transformer of which the testing has to be done. Now T3, this one is the auxiliary transformer which is used to inject the EMF in the secondary winding. આ બંને ટ્રાન્સફોર્મરની સેકન્ડરી વાઇન્ડિંગમાં EMF સપ્લાય કરવા માટે આપણે કયું ટ્રાન્સફોર્મર યુઝ કરીશું? આપણે ઓક્સિલરી ટ્રાન્સફોર્મર T3. એન્ડ T4 is the auto transformer with the help of which the value of the injected EMF can be controlled or we can adjust. This one is the auto transformer. By using this we can control the EMF injected in the auxiliary transformer. Okay. Now when switch S is open circuited, then the secondary winding of the both the transformer are open. So the wattmeter connected in the primary, this one, so the iron loss of the both the transformer. Okay. જ્યારે આપણું સેકન્ડરી ઓપન સર્કિટેડ હશે મીન્સ નો લોડ ટેસ્ટ આપણે આગળ જે ડિસ્કસ કર્યું એ પ્રમાણે, ત્યારે શું થશે? સેકન્ડરી વાઇન્ડિંગ ઇઝ ઓપન સર્કિટેડ, સો વોટ એવર ધ વોટમીટર રીડિંગ શોઝ, it shows the iron loss, okay, of both the transformer. So WI indicate the reading of the wattmeter connected in the primary side. Iron loss of the each transformer is equal to W1 by 2, કારણ કે બંને ટ્રાન્સફોર્મરનો iron loss indicate કરશે. So to find out the each transformer iron loss, we have to divide it by 2. Okay. Now when switch S is closed, જ્યારે આપણે સ્વિચ બંધ કરીશું, then no current flow through the secondary winding because the secondary winding are connected in parallel. Okay. And their EMF oppose each other. So EMF is injected in the secondary loop with the help of the auto transformer T4 and the auxiliary transformer T3, such that the reading of the wattmeter, the reading of the ammeter show the full load current of near the full load current. Okay. So reading of wattmeter W2, which is indicate the total full load copper loss of these two transformer. So there is no change in the full load current. Okay. So reading of wattmeter W1 as the current I1 reflected due to the current in the secondary does not pass through the current coil of the wattmeter. So W2 is equal to total copper loss of both the transformer. So WC means copper loss of each transformer is equal to W2 by 2. We have to divide it by 2. So is equal to copper loss of each transformer. And efficiency is equal to kVA cos pi by kVA cos pi plus iron loss plus copper loss. Now if the full load current is not adjusted, the copper losses are corresponding to this load current, and to find the efficiency, the copper losses are calculated for the full load current. Now from this test, the efficiency can be calculated as explained above. To find the temperature rise, the thermometer is kept at the convenient place in the transformer. Temperature rise can be measured after conducting the test for the some period. So this test is also called as the heat run test. This test is also known as the back to back test, as the two transformers are connected back to back. That's why this is called as the back to back test. Now advantages of this test. First one is this test is less costly compared to the direct loading test. Second one is rated current flow through the transformer, so the actual load condition is produced during this test. And third one is temperature rise can also be found in the addition to the efficiency. Disadvantages is that only one disadvantage is two identical transformer are required. Now two identical transformer means એવા ટ્રાન્સફોર્મર કે જેનું બંનેનું કોપર લોસ, બંનેનું વાઇન્ડિંગ, વેટ ઓફ ધ વાઇન્ડિંગ, રેઝિસ્ટન્સ ઓફ ધ વાઇન્ડિંગ, રિએક્ટન્સ ઓફ ધ વાઇન્ડિંગ બધું જ સેમ હોવું જોઈએ, exact to exact. This is practically this is not possible. That's why there is only one disadvantage is there are required two identical transformer. Okay. Now the last test, or this one is the useful theory to find out the hysteresis loss and eddy current loss. Now separation of hysteresis and eddy current losses. How we can separate from iron loss these two type of losses, eddy current loss and hysteresis loss. So as shown in figure, we here see that the transformer have not any rotating parts, so the total mechanical loss are 0. We know that the total iron loss and copper loss are obtained by performing the open circuit test and the short circuit test respectively. Now we will study how to separate the hysteresis loss and eddy current loss. So figure shows the circuit diagram which is similar to the open circuit test, except that the variable frequency, variable voltage supply is given to the primary of the transformer. This circuit diagram is same as the open circuit test, but the small change is there. Here we apply the variable voltage, variable frequency supply. Okay. Now the variable voltage and the variable frequency supply is obtained by adjusting the excitation and speed of the alternator. Now the applied voltage V and supply frequency are varied such that V by F ratio becomes constant. So note down the reading of the wattmeter which indicate the iron loss. Okay, this one is indicate the iron loss. Now hysteresis loss WH is proportional to Dm raised to 1.6 into F. We discussed in earlier in losses of transformer theory. Okay, so hysteresis loss is directly proportional to the flux density and frequency, and eddy current loss is directly proportional to the square of the flux density into square of the frequency. So in any transformer, V by F proportional to flux density. So hysteresis loss is equal to constant A into F, and eddy current loss is equal to constant B into F square. So total iron loss is equal to Wi is equal to hysteresis loss plus eddy current loss. We can put the value of this both AF plus BF square. So F common, so Wi by F is equal to A plus BF. Now from this equation, by knowing the value of A and B, the hysteresis and eddy current loss can be easily find out at any frequency. Okay, so by using this equation we can differentiate the hysteresis loss and eddy current loss from the iron losses. Okay.